first exercise is going to be rockers today for a minute. So let's get set up. No more than 2 fists width apart between your knees. You can use a weight or not. Your elbows get pulled back, big proud chest. Big toes facing in towards each other, pushing back in those glutes and hamstrings. Pretend you're on a piece of paper and you're trying to rip it apart, so pulling those legs apart as you go. A little arch in that lower back, pressurize those glutes and hips. Big proud chest, keep those elbows pulling back, pull those lats down and back. We're here for a whole minute. We're almost there. Then we're gonna go into pigeon side backs. You can float your leg, or if you have a slider for your pigeon side backs, you can use a slider. Okay, so I'm gonna take my front leg, turn it internally, this back leg on those pinky toe side, internally rotating that back leg all the way from the hip. These hands pressurized on the outside. Nice engaged core. Try to get those hips nice and level, pushing that butt up to the ceiling. Let's not sag on one side, okay? And also keep pushing through this kneeling leg, femur, pushing that glute up to the ceiling. Your range of motion can be quite small. It doesn't have to be all the way back again. Locate that glute, pulse it out with the pressure. Here we go, guys, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's switch the side. Pushing down in this femur, top of the shin, top of that foot of the kneeling leg, this back leg, internally rotated all the way from the hip on that pinky toe side of that back leg. Keep this glute up to the ceiling, push it up towards the ceiling. Remember, we're just getting in that glutes. Your range of motion doesn't have to be excessively large, going back and forth. Just small little pulses back and forth should do. Or if we're halfway, make sure your eyes are up, looking in front of you, like you got a destination you gotta get to. Engage that core. I'm crunching my little oblique as I pull back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Okay. Next, we're going to do what we call a swinge. I'm going to use a prop for this. So, let's see here. Get a dowel. Got this little puppy here. I'm going to push back in my hips. Come all the way down as low as I can. And coming up. Butt goes back as far as you can. Hands drop out and come in. Big thing, we're not doing this. Knees aren't coming forward. Butt is going back and up. Knees come out. Knees come center. Out. In. I'm very light on my heels. All the pressure is on the outside of my feet and in the front of my feet. Dropping back, don't push forward, push back in those hips. Last one, good. Get some light little weights. Don't feel like you have to use any weights at all. We're sitting here in our seiza position, leaning forward slightly so that we have a nice little forward lean, arching our back because we don't want to be here. So everything's just straight up and proud. Core is going to be engaged. I'm just using little 3-pounders here. You can use whatever you want, or just body weight is fine too. We're just going to press up, and stretches. Really reach. Breathe as you press, please. Again, all of this work can be done without any weights at all. Just today, I felt like adding some. But don't feel like you have to. If this is your first time doing this stuff, don't add weights. Just find your glutes, hamstrings, and all the parts without the weights added on. 3, 2, and done. Good. So if you don't have a body band that you can row like this, another thing you can do is just do the movement. Okay. So I'm gonna hit my palm down and I'm gonna pull it back with my palm coming towards my body. Okay. Last one, other side. Keep that chest proud. Make sure you don't start hunching in like this. That sternum is shifting as you pull back. Next, we have Supermans. So we're gonna get on our tummies. And making sure that everything's internally rotated. So my big toes are looking at each other, my hips have internally rotated, my knees are trying to look at each other underneath me. I have the pressure on the top of my thighs and my knees pushing down. I'm gonna take my arms here, and I'm gonna reach one across in front of my body every time I reach out. We're gonna be going for about a minute. Your chin is slightly tucked. Your eyes are gazing in front of you. Keep pressing down in the top of the thighs or the knees. Back should be lighting up in a good way. Working those muscles. Don't forget to breathe through this whole process. No trapping air. We're almost there. Remember, take rest when you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Good. And to conclude this whole round of work, I'm gonna do some abs. Lay down on my back. I'm going to engage my core and bring my knees up over my hips. And I'm going to exhale as I drop my leg down. And we're alternating sides. This creates too much tension for your back. You can start on the ground, do your exhale, and lift. Okay, I prefer this one though, so I'm going to continue doing this for the rest of my minute.
again, all of this work can be done with body weight or adding weights. You don't need to add weights to this, but if you're going to, you could put ankle weights or even just a simple plate across your abdominals here would suffice as well. All right, everyone. That was a minute of abs. I did 4 rounds today, but feel free to do anything between 2 to 4 rounds. Each exercise is about a minute, or if you're beginning this, you can start at 30 seconds and work your way up to a minute as you go. Remember, if you are a beginner, no weight necessary. Rep out those movements and see what you can find in your body. Hopefully you feel a little bit more opened up at